Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, and I'm 100% certain we are on HobbsAmerica.com. Apparently, while we were in technical heck, the YouTube stream cut off. I think we may be back up on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel, but don't quote me on that. So, all right, starting the second half of action, it'll be Arroyo, Aguilera, Henson, Hilliard, and Perez. So Tayton in front of his bench works against Askew. Gets a screen to the free throw line, uses up the dribble, swings it out. Three-pointer on the way from Adam. It is off the back of the iron and into the hands of Askew. His third rebound, but stolen away immediately by Hilliard. Tayton to Henson. Isaac hands it back. Hilliard works against Askew in front of the Lovington bench. They'll toss it back near center court with Aguilera. Jump pass over deep left corner. Now they'll work it around to Tayton. He weaves through underneath to Perez and misses another point-blank layup. And the fight for the rebound goes out of bounds, and it'll be Texico basketball.
So
Joseph
again,
just a little bit off in the shooting tonight.
Just a little bit. He's had some point-blank looks, but
hadn't managed to get one to go yet.
Some time in the second half to fix that, no problem.
Yes, there is. Just underway, third quarter. Askew near side. He works against Arroyo. Tosses to Villarreal. Back to Arroyo after he gets the screen from Villarreal. He'll throw the fastball inside. Nobody home except for Adam Aguilera. That'll be turnover number 14. Back down. Henson thinks about the NBA three, thinks better of it. Gives it to Tayton, top of the arc for a three ball. That one is going to be off the mark and into the hands of Villarreal. Villarreal weaves through traffic, brings it into the front court. Now into the left corner for Fig for three. It's good. His second tray of the ball game. He's got 10. He leads the way for Texico. Hilliard off the bump from Askew. No call. Works it back out to Aguilera. 34-24. 6.5 remaining in the third.
Lovington cannot relax here. They've got to keep their feet on the gas.
Tayton to the free throw line, puts it up, and finally gets it to roll home. I think it had a kind of a thud when it hit the rim, but it rattled home. 36-24, Lovington in the lead. 6:20 remaining in the third. Collins to Fig to Askew, working near side. He'll drive it in on the left base and put it off the glass and home with the left hand. Askew with 7 points. Hey, we'll trade buckets with you all night long. That means we still win by 10. 6 minutes to go in the third, 36-26.
Unless they start shooting threes, and we don't.
That's true. As we'll move it around, Aguilera pulls up from 12 on the right base. His shot no good, and Bender has the rebound. Lovington still having trouble on the glass. To Fig, right wing for three. It's good. His third tray of the ball game. Somebody put a hand in his face, please. 36-29, 7-point Lovington lead. Hilliard with it, drives in, throws the fastball over, and it'll be tipped and saved by Henson, and he'll take a three ball, and bang! Isaac Henson with 14 points. That's his fourth tray of the ball game.
2 of 5 shooting in this third quarter for Lovington. 3 of 3 shooting for Texico.
As Collins hands it off to Askew to the free throw line, tosses to Fig. Left corner, another three ball. That one off the mark and into the hands of Arroyo. Julian keeps it himself. Into the right corner, Henson, three ball. Bang! Henson back-to-back trays, 42-29. Henson has found the stroke.
Beautiful shooting. Lovington doing well.
4:50 remaining here in the third. 42-29. Lovington almost forcing another turnover as Villarreal and Collins having some words with each other for Texico as Lovington has forced 14 turnovers.
They're quick.
Askew to Fig to Collins to a breaking Askew as he turned on the Jets and came up the right lane and puts it off the glass. 42-31, an 11-point lead for Lovington. Aguilera crosses the timeline right on the big green Wolverine at center court. He works against Villarreal, hands it off to Isaac. Isaac to Tayton, who gives it, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Tayton through the lane. He'll go uncontested to the rack. 8 points for Tayton Hilliard, 44-31, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Craig Cook. It'll be a 30, so we'll just keep it right here. Lovington 44, Texico 31. Of course, so Fig at the free throw line, his first trip to the stripe. Puts up the three the old-fashioned way, misses, and it'll be into the hands of Tayton Hilliard. Hilliard to Enriquez to Henson. Thinks about the three as Fig picks him up. Now they'll get it to Aguilera. Works it in front of the Wildcat bench. Tosses back out top of the arc. Tatum for three, and that one is going to be too hard, as Perez will save it into Mason Enriquez, and ouch, that hurts.
Now Perez crashed to some chairs.
And I think he broke a couple of them.
Oh, man.
So Perez, a huge save, and he's up. He's like, yeah I'm fine.
It can't have felt good, though. Oof.
Yeah, I heard it, but
yeah,
a couple of those chairs will never be the same again. So out of the timeout, into the front court, it'll be Aguilera off of the inbound from Tatum. Aguilera works it. He'll pull the three-point trigger, and that one will be in and out, and it'll be Askew with the rebound. That'll be his fourth. David keeps it himself. Crosses into the front court. He works against Enriquez. Little spin move top of the arc. They'll swing it around, trying to get it to Fig. Henson picks him up quickly, uses up his dribble, knocks over Tatum. No call, and they'll just kind of throw a wild gimme ball into the middle. Villarreal will come up with it, puts up a floater, gets his own rebound, and it's back in. 7 points for Villarreal. So Lovington having trouble on the boards. Still 2.5 to go here in the third. 44-35, 9-point lead. Not comfortable, though. Tatum inside the arc, and it'll be off the iron, and that'll be the fifth rebound for Askew. And Texico will bring it back down. Wolverine basketball. For Isaac Henson. Picks up Cade Collins. Now they'll throw it, and Hilliard will knock it away. They were trying to get Villarreal going to the corner. Checking back into the ball game will be Julian Arroyo. Also coming in for the Cats will be Zeke Guzman.
The Wolverines have taken 7 shots at the basket in this third quarter. They've made 6 of them.
So pretty efficient, I would say, for the team in green and white. As it'll be Fig, works against Hilliard. Hefty little head fake. Gets it over to Villarreal. Now back out to Askew between the rings. 1:50 remaining here in the third. 44-35, Lovington up by 9. Askew bounces it to Villarreal. Goes around the back of Guzman and into the hands of Queener, who misses the shot, but he's fouled. He'll go for 2. They're going to whistle that one on Guzman. His first personal. Third team foul on Lovington, and Queener heads to the line.
And Lovington,
I will say that was nifty.
Right, it was a nice little move there. Didn't work out as intended, but he gets to take some free throws.
Queener gets the first, as Bender will check into the ball game for Texico. Askew, Bender, also Callaway.
Lovington has
Fuentes.
taken 10 shots and made 4 of those in the third quarters, but they still are, in the lead.
Second, and that one is going to be short, and it'll be a fight for the rebound. It'll go out of bounds, and last touch by Enriquez. He and Queener were fighting, but they're going to say Mason touched it last, so it's not a turnover, but it acts just like one as it gives Texico another clean look at the basket. 1:44 remaining in the third. 44-36, Lovington in the lead. Inbound to Queener, and it'll be stolen away off of the tip and into the hands of the Cats. Arroyo feeds it forward to a breaking Hilliard, and he'll be fouled as he misses the layup, but gets crunched for his trouble. They're going to call the push foul on, number 4. That'll be on Callaway. His first personal, first team foul. Hilliard's first trip to the stripe makes the first one. 45-36, Lovington back up by 9. 1:35 remaining in the third. Second on the way, that one is off the mark, and Arroyo gets the rebound. He'll toss it out and does a fadeaway that's going to be off the mark, and Queener will have his 4th board. Hey, we finally got an offensive board in the ball game, though. Comes with 1:24 to go in the third. Queener near side in front of his bench. Works against Enriquez, goes to the right block, puts up a shot, no good, and it'll be Arroyo with his 3rd board. Good job by Julian. To Hilliard, right base, and the little floater is up and in. Tatum with the 11 points for the Wildcats, 47-36, as we hit the 1-minute mark remaining in the third. Callaway hands to Villarreal, who works against Enriquez. Drives in, and a foul going to be called on Mason. His first personal, 4th team foul. It'll be on the floor, though, so 50 seconds to go in the third, as Fig, Askew, and Collins will check back in for Texico. Got Arroyo, Enriquez, Hilliard, Corrales and Perez on the floor for the Wildcats. Knocked away on it, and it'll be Corrales who takes it himself off of the steal. To Enriquez to Hilliard. No look pass underneath to Perez. He goes to the other side. Yeah, put it on the left side, Joseph. That works for you. And he's got 4 points in the ballgame. 49-36. I think he just needed that dribble to kind of get the demon out.
To kind of break the ice there for him.
Picking up the dribble is Collins, who'll hand it to Fig. Works against Enriquez. Bumps. Goes to the free throw line. Puts up the push shot. No good. And Bender with the rebound and the putback. He's got 6 points in the ballgame. 20 seconds remaining here in the third. Lovington up by 11. 49-38. Tatum Hilliard with it. Works against Collins. Drives into the right base. Loses the handle on the basketball. They're going to say knocked away by Fig. So it'll stay Lovington basketball. Mason Enriquez to inbound it. Right of his own bucket with 10 seconds to go in the third. Flips it to Tatum at the free throw line. To Perez, top of the arc. 5 seconds to go. Bounce it to Enriquez. Trying to get it inside. Askew will steal it away as the buzzer sounds on the third quarter. We head to the fourth. It's Lovington 49, Texico 38. We're back in 1 minute for the fourth quarter. Wildcat basketball on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Back for the start of the fourth quarter here on Z94 KZOR. Lovington Wildcats leading the Texico Wolverines 49-38. Texico basketball as it'll be Fig crosses the timeline, uses up the dribble, throws the fastball to Bender on the right side, who gives it back to a cutting Collins, who puts up a shot. It is knocked away and out of bounds by Corrales. Corrales, Perez, Hilliard, Enriquez, and Arroyo on the floor for the Cats. Collins, Fig, Askew, Villarreal, and Bender on the floor for Texico. To Fig, right wing for three. That one off the mark, and Tatum will have the rebound. That's his fourth. Hilliard will keep it himself. Crosses the timeline with pressure from Askew. Dribbles it off of his foot, but it rolls right into the hands of Lovington, and they'll give it over to Corrales. His push shot up, no good. Perez with the rebound. His putback won't fall, and Bender fights him off of it and will take it away for Texico. 49-38, still our score. Bad pass, and it'll be stolen away by Corrales. 17th turnover for Texico. Feed it forward to Enriquez. Drives in on the left base, and up and in for Mason. His first points of the ball game, and Lovington draws first blood in the fourth. 51-38, 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Collins right on the big Wolverine at center court. Comes near side to Fig. He directs traffic to Villarreal in the left corner. Picks up his dribble, wanted the walk, didn't get it, saved it over to Askew. Askew bounces back to Villarreal, and it'll go into the backcourt, and they'll just let that one roll. That'll be 18 turnovers now for Texico. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Bank and Auto in studio engineering and producing. Thanks for being with us tonight. As we click towards 9 o'clock, Lovington basketball.
Lovington taking 14 shots in that third quarter, making 6 of them. Texico taking 11 shots and making 7 of them. But Lovington still in the lead in this one, 51-38.
Henson back into the ball game to Perez. They'll give it to Enriquez. He drives in on Villarreal. Now into the right corner. They'll work it around. Corrales, top of the arc. 3 off the mark. And the rebound into the hands of Enriquez. And on the rebound, it'll be knocked away by Askew, but they're going to say knocked it off of Henson. So it'll be Texico ball.
Mason sure does have springs. We've talked about how high he can jump, and he really manages to pull down a lot more rebounds than you would expect for him to be able to do.
He is often the shortest young man on the court.
But a lot of good hustle. He's quick.
Yes, he is. And they'll pick up the dribble, try and tie him up, and Callaway pushes off. No call, and they will call the offensive foul finally. Going to whistle that one on Queener on the charge. His second personal, second team foul, turnover number 19 for Texico.
Another a fast-moving half. The first one went very quickly. Not a lot of fouls being called.
And timeout going to be taken by Coach Casey Pack. It'll be a 30, so we'll keep it right here. 6:14 remaining in the ball game. 51-38, Lovington in the lead. Looks like they will comfortably get the win and go to 15-7 on the year. Of course, you know, there's still time on the clock, and it's still not that much of a lead, 13 points. So anything can happen. You still got 6 minutes to go in this one.
They can't just quit playing out there. They've got to keep playing.
Of course, Lovington down a couple of players tonight. Zadrick Betancourt and Joey Villalobos not on the roster tonight for the Wildcats. Hope they'll be back by Friday. Both very important pieces for Coach Pack's cat puzzle.
Right. I noticed that number 14, Graydon Vega, in the lineup or on the roster, rather, not in the lineup, hasn't played. But
first time we've seen him on the roster this year. There's
for
been
Lovington.
A number of 14s for Lovington this year. Enriquez in the front court. He picks up the dribble as he works against a man, and then the fastball trying to get Corrales going in the left lane and over his head and out. That'll be turnover number 8 for the Wildcats. So the timeout, looks like Texico took better advantage of it than we did. Inbound comes to Callaway. He'll bring it up against pressure from Enriquez and loses the handle on the basketball. And here come the Wildcats as Isaac gets it stripped from behind by Askew. But he gets him in the arm, and Isaac will head to the line for 2. I'm sure they're going to call that on Askew and not Queener. They were both in the neighborhood. Well, they're actually going to call it on Callaway. That'll be his second personal, third team foul. And Henson heads to the line for 2. Isaac leads the way with 17 points for the Cats tonight. And he's 3 of 3 now from the line. He's got 18 points, 52-38. Lovington in the lead.
A lot of subs going in for Texico.
I was going to say, it looks like Texico going to start cleaning out the bench a little bit here with 5:48 to go, down by 13. 14 now. Math is not my strong suit. Second one for Henson, and gets the roll over the front of the iron. 53-38, a 15-point lead. As now it'll be Dalton Kane in the game. Throws it in the middle, and we're going to have an offensive foul. Or are they going to call it defense? Now they're going to call a push. They're going to whistle that one on Corrales, his second personal, fourth team foul on Lovington. So it'll stay Texico basketball. As the push in to Queener. Picking him up quickly as Anson Marquez drives in, puts up a shot, and no good, and he runs over 2 Cats, but I think both their feet were shuffling, so that should put Queener at the line for 2. And it will, as they whistle that one on Anson Marquez. His first personal, 5th team foul. So Queener back to the line where he is 1 of 2 and make it 2 of 3. As he'll get the first points in the quarter for Texico. Fuentes coming into the ball game for Fig. So Queener at the line, made his first. He's got 2 points in the ball game and make it 3 as he gets them both. 53-40, 13-point lead for your Wildcats. 5:30 remaining in the ball game. Enriquez to the front court where he works against Kane. Get it around to Arroyo, and he'll drive left base. Goes hard to the rack and is fouled. Ball doesn't fall, but he'll go to the line for 2. Things starting to get just a little bit sloppy here, and they're going to call the foul on Terry, number 30, his first personal, 4th team foul on Texico. And Julian at the line with 7, make it 8 points now, 54-40. Was the old thing before the Civil War, 54-40 your fight? Is that the Missouri Compromise? Yeah, I know. I'm stretching here. Second on the way for Julian. He gets them both. He's got 9 points in the book for the Wildcats. 55-40, a 15-point lead. Kane runs the point. He'll give it to Fuentes. Lovington in full court pressure. Fuentes uses up the dribble, bounces it. Somehow Kane saves it. He'll just go right through the traffic and put up a push shot. Shot is up, no good, and they call the charge on Kane. his first personal, 5th team foul, turnover number 21 for Texico, and give it to Lovington with 5:10 to go in the ball game and a 15-point lead. Mason Enriquez for the Wildcats will take it across the center stripe. Picks up the dribble, hands it off to Arroyo. Spins to the left block. Now back to Isaac. Henson slings it over to Corrales, who gives it back to Isaac, right side, and tries to get Marquez coming down the left base, and it gets knocked away, but I think it'll stay Lovington ball. It will. As underneath, Kane getting a hand on it for Texico. The high inbound comes to Isaac. He goes hard to the left glass and up and in. Henson on the day, 21 points, leads the way for the Cats, 57-40. 4.5 to go in the ballgame. Kane uses up the dribble as he crosses the timeline, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Craig Cook. 4:31 remaining in the ballgame. Lovington 57, Texico 40. We're back in 1 minute on KZOR. Back here at the Wolverines Sports Pavilion in Texico. Lovington Wildcat basketball continues here on Z94 KZOR. Lovington up 57-40 over the Wolverines, as it'll be Gonser to inbound for Texico. Out of their timeout into the backcourt to Kane. Gonser, Kane, Fuentes, Queener, and Terry, and into the middle and almost stolen away by Marquez, pardon me. And I think they're going to call Anson. Yep, they're going to get him on his second foul on the push. So that'll be the 16th foul on the Wildcats. Oh, nope, they're going to say other way. So that was on Fuentes, his first personal, 16th foul the other way. And a bad pass, but getting a hand on it was Fuentes. As Marquez trying to get Arroyo on the far sideline. 4:19 to go in the ball game as the inbound will come to Marquez. He works against Kane. Comes to the near side, will hand it off to Corrales. Now back out to Arroyo, where he works against Fuentes to the free throw line. Tries to get it to Marquez, back to Arroyo, right wing, three ball, up and bang! Julian Arroyo with 12 points in the ball game. 3 Cats in double digits on the evening, 60-40, a 20-point lead. Fuentes to Terry for 3 on the left side, no good. Queener tries to save it, he will get it into Kane. And his shot is up, no good, but Queener is there with the rebound and the putback. 5 rebounds, 5 points for Queener. And Queener going to lay out and get a piece of Corrales going Superman, trying to steal the ball away. And that'll put Lovington in the bonus. Queener's third personal, 7th team foul. And so at the line, Javier Corrales will go for free throws. As Zeke Guzman will check in for the Cats. Corrales, his first trip to the line tonight, has 3 points in the ball game. Javier's first is up and misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and it'll be Zeke with the rebound. Guzman gets it out to Corrales, to Arroyo. Little step back against Fuentes, throws it into Zeke, and Guzman will just bounce it right back out from the right block. To Arroyo, 3:25. Arroyo take it hard and lay it up and in. 7 points for Arroyo in this fourth quarter, 14 overall, 62-42, 20-point Lovington lead. Fuentes from the right wing, his 3 ball is up, not going to fall, and it'll be Corrales getting the defensive rebound. Push it forward to Mason as Enriquez gets it to Arroyo, thinks about the 3, top of the arc, Corrales. His 3 ball is up, but it is off the mark. Into the hands of Arroyo. His 4th rebound inside to Guzman, and Guzman lays it up and in. First points of the ball game for Guzman. 64-42. You might could have heard the Goose chant from our right, from the Lovington faithful in attendance here tonight. Fuentes to Gonser. Back to Kane. Near side to Terry. 2:30 remaining in the ball game. Big lead for Lovington, 64-42. As they toss it again near side. Working it around to Terry. NBA 3, top of the arc. And it is off the iron. And Queener comes through everybody, but he's fouled on the rebound, and he'll go to the line for the 1-and-1. And they're going to call the push. Let's see who they put it up on. Whistle that one on Marquez. That'll be his second personal. And new player in the ball game for the Cats. It'll be Vega, seeing his first action. I'm digging the lime green shoes. I've got some, though, the same color, so I am not making fun. Front into the 1-and-1, no good for Queener. Ball loose on the floor. Gonser somehow will come away with it for the Wolverines. To Terry, to Gonser. Drives in on the right base and bounces it off of his leg and out of bounds. Turnover number 22 for Texico. 2:08 to go in the ball game. Lovington can just run the clock now, up by 22. As they get it to Vega, top of the arc. And he'll just keep moving it around. Arroyo uses up the dribble, give it to Guzman. And around to Corrales, thinks about the 3, top of the arc, he'll take it, it's off the mark. And it'll be Vega with the rebound. His putback won't fall, and coming back the other way will be the Wolverines. So the Wolverines will reset with $1:35 to go in the ball game. Kane works against Vega. Goes behind the back, throws to Fuentes, makes a spin move, goes to the free throw line, puts up the 15-footer, gets his own rebound. It won't go, and it'll be Queener who gets the rebound, and finally will get it to go. Queener has just killed us on the boards all night. That is his 8th rebound. Into the corner, 3 ball for Vega. It is off the back of the iron, and another rebound for Queener, his 9th. Queener keeps it himself, comes near side to Terry, almost loses it. Around to Kane, 3 ball left side. Not going to fall, and it'll be Vega with another rebound. That's his 2nd. Under a minute to go here in the ball game. And a little hook shot up by Corrales. Won't go in the hole. And it'll be Terry with his first rebound. To Kane, top of the arc, thinks about the 3. Gets it back to Terry, NBA 3, right wing, and that one is good. 64-47, 35 seconds remaining in the ball game. Lovington in the lead and should get the win in this one and start getting ready for Friday night. Vega picks up the dribble, throws it into Marquez, who takes it on the left base. Not going to fall, and that'll be rebound number 10 for Queener. Queener brings it down with 15 seconds to go, weaves, bobs. Gets it into the front court. They'll get it to Terry. Left corner for 3. It's good. Terry 6 points in the ball game. 64-50 with 4, with 3, with 2. And that one will go out of bounds and be a turnover for Lovington. They're 9th of the ball game. 1 second, though, remaining. Lovington will get the victory in this one. 64-50 as the inbound will end it. And Lovington victorious and improves to 15-7. On the year. We'll take a 2.5-minute timeout and come back with your Now Pharmacy postgame show, Wildcat Basketball on Z94 KZOR. Welcome to your Now Pharmacy Lovington Wildcat postgame show here on Z94 KZOR. Wildcats victorious tonight, 64-50 over the Texico Wolverines, and improved to 14-7 on the year. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Megan Otto in studio engineering and producing tonight. Taking a look at the numbers in this one for Texico. Their leading scorer, Cade Fig, tonight with 15 points in the books, 9 points for Javen Askew. 7 points, Max Villarreal. 7 points, Caden Queener. He also led the way for them with 10 rebounds. Then 6 points, Braden Bender. 6 points for a young man named Terry. I didn't catch his first name. He was not on the roster that we were given, but they announced him pregame. He had 6 points in the game as well, both from beyond the arc. As we mentioned, Queener, the leading rebounder for Texico. He had 10. Texico, 34 rebounds in the ball game. Lovington forcing 22 turnovers on the Wolverines. Texaco goes 3 of 10 from the free throw line, so 30% from the stripe. They get 10 in the first, 11 in the second, 17 in the third, and 12 in the fourth. That's how they get to their 50. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats on the Now Pharmacy score sheet tonight. Isaac Henson leads the way with 21 points. Also tied for the lead in rebounds with 4 boards tonight. Also in double digits, Julian Arroyo, 14 points tonight, 11 points for Tayton Hilliard. Adam Aguilera chipping in 7 points in the win. 4 points for Joseph Perez. 3 points Javier Corrales. 2 points for Zeke Guzman. Arroyo, Henson, and Hilliard each with 4 rebounds. Lovington, though, only 21 rebounds in the ball game. But when you force 22 turnovers, you can stand a little bit of that. Lovington much better from the free throw line tonight. 6 of 8 from the stripe, only 9 turnovers in the ball game. 15 in the first, 19 in the second, 15 in the third, 15 in the fourth. Well, they should have gotten, why couldn't they have gotten 15 in the second too? It would have made my score sheet nice and symmetrical there. But hey, we'll take the 19 to be sure. But 64 points for the Wildcats in the win tonight, Don Morgan.
Total number for Texico, they took a total number of 47 shots from the floor. They made 22 of them, and that does not count free throws. Lovington took 57 shots at the basket. They made 27 of them tonight. So that's the shooting anyway, and I haven't done the math to figure out the percentage, but you can certainly tell the difference there, and some of that skewed in that fourth quarter. Lovington put a lot of their younger players in, and they were taking more shots and missing. Their percentage, in other words, dropped a lot in the last half of that last quarter,
right?
Because of that. But still, good minutes. I like to see, that younger team players that are a little less experienced get in there and get significant minutes, and that really help them build some game experience, and that's going to be important as Lovington moves forward. Of course.
It certainly is. Of course, moving forward, we're back into district on Friday night as the Artesia Bulldogs come to town to start the second part of district. And, just quickly, we talked to Coach Casey before the game, and we didn't get to it in the halftime show, but he says it's hard to run the press with the kids wearing masks.
Very hard.
So that'll we'll see what happens on Friday night because both Artesia and the Cats like to press. We'll be on the air Friday night on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com at around 5:30 for the Lovington Lady Cats, and then immediately following right here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel with the Lovington boys.
Congratulations again to the Wildcats tonight, to improving to 15-7 on the season. And, of course, not a district game tonight, but a good tune-up and a good way to stay warm and in shape for that all-important Friday night game that is a district counter against Artesia at home. And after having lost to Artesia by just the 1 point in Artesia, Lovington looking to get some of that back and trying to post a victory over Artesia
and
at
the Lovington
home.
Lady Cats getting a victory earlier tonight, too. So a clean sweep for the Lovington varsity here at Texico. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one as the Lovington Wildcats come out hot from beyond the arc and then keep running away with it here in Texico and improve their record now to 15-7 with the 64-50 victory. Lovington Wildcat basketball has proudly been brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Now Pharmacy. This has been the Now Pharmacy postgame show. Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, and Norley Hospital. For Megan Auto, in studio engineering and producing for Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Texico. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Broadcasting and Z94 KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody.